A pleasant good morning, my friends. This is your truly Jamni Mamdi. This is your program, my friend, Coolness of the Heart, on Saturday, 19th of December 2015. It's a pleasure being back with you all, my friends. A new day, I thank the Almighty for continuing to give me health and strength in, really bringing the issues to forefront. Um, I, I hope and pray that this program, Messages of the Heart, will be taken to a whole new level in the coming year, new year, and I am sure that through the Almighty, right, through the Almighty, once I continue to pour my heart and soul and really address the issues and really speak out against all wrongdoing, right, with positive people and positive mindset, I will accomplish it, and also you will accomplish your dreams also. Right, that's the wrong answer with you, right? People will uplift you always, my friends. Always remember that. And as I look at the issues that plague in our society, in our beloved nation, I I come to the conclusion, my friends. I draw to the conclusion, really and truly, common sense is not so common in TNT. And I'll display why I say so. Because there's a word called stupidity, and I'll demonstrate for you. I'll demonstrate for you how stupidity ties in with us Chinese in our beloved nation. Really and truly. And the issue, the latest issue that being headline, right? That being played all over the media, social media, television, radio, you name it, is a female dressed up as a male and was not denied entry. She was not denied entry. She was simply asked to pay the full price of a meal because she was dressed like a male, right? So, and she describing discrimination because she is saying that she was not allowed to go in, but based on her dress because she wanted to feel comfortable, right? And she acknowledged it, right? When you read the story, right? She acknowledged that she was not a normal girl. So if you acknowledge that you are not a normal girl and you are not dressed as a female, how would you expect to be treated as a female? I mean, my God, really and truly. I mean, where's your common sense, right? It's just as simple as that. If you want to act like a male, you'll be treated like a male, right? And you cannot go and impose your lifestyle on others. You cannot. You think I could go, right, in someone's household and act and say how I want? No, I need to have some kind of decorum. I need to have some kind of, you know, manner, respectable manner, right? Because this is not my territory, right? So I can't do and say how I please, right? And you, ma'am, right? Or, you know, anyhow, right? What you need to understand, right, is that you cannot impose your lifestyle on others, right? It does not work so, right? And the woman group who wanted to do a protest, who did a protest actually, right, needs to understand that that you know there are more. This is not a case of discrimination, discrimination, right? Because she was not denied entry, right? And that is the point. She was not denied entry. So I don't know what is the biggest. You should be thanking. You should be, holding some kind of gratitude towards Aria for actually, you know, giving her a blind, letter because Aria could have stated the position and here what you're just a female, you should not be allowed entry at all, right? But Aria decided to give you a blind and pay the male price, right? Now the issue is not about whether her name or the fact that her age. That's not the issue, because I heard Martin George stating how why they didn't ask for ID and stuff. But you cannot. But you're supposed to comply with the rules. By the way, I saw Martin George at a nightclub in Kuala Peranca, right? Thursday night. So, I mean, Master Jones, I don't know if you've been inspired or anyhow, you leave that right there. But really and truly, I mean, when you hear prominent lawyers and you hear, encouraging this kind of dotedness, something is wrong with us, my friend. Something is really wrong with us. And we need, and not only that, we need to bring back some kind of moral and spiritual values in our nation, right? Because I do not hear women group talk about but the issue with abuse against women, when you look at that guy who abused that girl, his girlfriend, wife, at the night, at the bar, where was their voice? Where was the women's group when a former AG in Parliament will call a woman activist name, right? And attack Mr. Diaz and call a woman activist name and telling him that he didn't get his service from her. And alluding to as well she's some kind of prostitute, right? I mean, where was their voice? Where was their voice where allegations of abuse, right, against that same former AG, right? Where we want to talk about discrimination. Where was their voice when 19 Muslim men was arrested without any evidence? Where was their voice when no, all of a sudden no, they have a voice and they want to protest? My God, I'm telling you, we're really becoming a sick society, Something is really wrong with us. I don't know, there's some kind of psychological warfare going on here. Really and truly. Something that's not right with us as a nation. Because we are mixed up with our priorities. What's more important, when it's in more important. Really and truly. We have a major issue right now in the health system with swine flu. Right? We have the crime situation which I'll get to in a minute. Right? With that young boy being killed in a sting operation, which I'll get to in a minute, because that is stupidity to the max. Really and truly, that's stupidity. I'll get to that in a minute. So, young lady, I'd like to say to you, right? While you know, I mean, I can't, I can't tell you how to live your life, right? Right? But what I can tell you is that you can't carry about yourself in other people's territory how you want, how you please. I tell you when like no one to come in your household and act how they pleased. No. So, I mean, really and truly don't waste people's time now because really and truly you're not making any sense. I would like to get to the issue with the police officer, right? A youth was robbed, right? His phone was stolen, and that took me back to when my phone was stolen by by a local police station by the truck, and a youth boy took my phone and had I pursued that, had I got in, had I, let's say had I have information on where that person lives and stuff, I could have been killed. I thank the Almighty that really and truly, my life is more valuable than a phone or a little item, right? And this youth boy was killed because police decided to carry him on a sting operation when they should be doing their own investigation. Are you trying to tell me that you can't properly handle an investigation independently, right? When you look at all the technology we have with surveillance and stuff, right? I mean, I mean, it just does not make sense, and I find it very strange. I find it very strange that police officers will take up this matter, right, and act on it swiftly when they have other issues, when they have other similar issues, right, and they have evidence, and police decided not to act on it. I find that very strange that this particular issue and they decided to carry this youth. Something that does not add up, and you know we need answers. We really need answers, and the police service of Trinidad and Tobago, the commissioner of police needs to get his act together, right? Because everything is not okay here in TNT. But you know what? The police commissioner will continue to come out and say Crime is under control. It's on a decrease. It wasn't as much as last year, and all these rubbish, right? And with no sense of sympathy, no sense of no sense of consideration to how family victims will feel, right? And that is my problem. I have a serious problem with that, right? And the government is trying to be going needs to stop this political, politicizing crime, really and truly, because in every administration, there's politicizing, and it definitely needs to stop, my friends. And these are just my two concerns that I really wanted to address, because really and truly, when you look at all the other issues that taking place here in TNT, right, right, and you know, people are really suffering, people are crying, or people want to address the issue, right? And when I hear one person crying discrimination because she was not allowed to enter in a nightclub because she dressed up like a man, right? It deflects from other issues that taking place here in TNT, and that should not be. I'm calling on members of the media, I'm calling on everybody to be responsible and really and truly in terms of what issue is more important than the next. I'm not blaming members of the media, but I'm saying, be guided. Be guided, really and truly. And I like to say to the young lady, right? While I cannot tell you how to live your lifestyle, you need to understand you can't go into other territories and act on how you please, right? And on the police service on Trinidad and Tobago, get your act together. Get your act together, because when you look at shows like CSI and stuff, right? You got you can take a book from the page, right, on how to properly conduct investigation, handle, I mean, look at the whole email gate matter, right? Up to now, 3 to 4 years, up to now, no address to the issue. So, I mean, you see where we at TNT, my friends. We're in a really dark place. We are in a really, we're in a really sick society. And I continue tonight when I go to church, as I always do on a weekend. I will pray for this nation. I'll pray for the people. I'll pray that the hearts and minds will change, my friends. Right? Because we as a nation, we as a people, need to do some serious searching and take a look at ourselves. And let us not be selfish. Let us not be selfish, my friends. So, my friends, I'd like to leave it there. I thank you all for viewing this program, Issues of the Heart. I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas, and please remember that Christmas is about the significance of Christmas is about the birth of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, right? And because I notice a lot of people take out the Christmas and say Xmas. We need to teach our children, especially the Christian community, even those who are Muslim and Hindus, at least acknowledge that Christmas is about, the birth of Jesus Christ. Right, my friends? So I thank you all, and the Almighty God bless you. Take care.